Hello there. We are a day late and a dollar short, but we here. We is here. What she say on the what she say on the joint? Color purple. I'm black. I'm a woman. I might even be ugly, but thank God I'm here. I'm here. Hey, Doxicology baby, Black Showman, JMPL 74, Renee Jenkins. Thank y'all for showing up socially. Stacy joined. Hi, honey. How are you? T-Roy, what it do, player? What it do? Okay, we just waiting for Dex come on. Hi, Black Showman. How are you, my love? Henrietta Holmes. How are you? Okay, I'm waiting for Dex to come on. But, all right, I'm waiting for Dex. In the meantime, let me bring T on real quick. Oh, hi, T. Did you get the John, the request I sent to you?
I don't know why.
T,
Yo,
it's spinning.
yeah, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning.
It's spinning, Negra. It's spinning.
What's good in the hood, man?
Nothing much. How are you, honey?
Hey, man, we down here in Florida. You know where the craziest of the crackheads are.
Ciao.
Everybody talking about the spring breakers, but that's what you get when you open up the state and you let people come and do what the hell they want to do. So,
And they told them that to come on down. Florida's open.
yeah, but they closing now. It's like being on punishment. You know how your mama say, yeah, hey, you know what? When I get home, it's like, when I get home, we gonna talk, and then your ass is sitting down. So shoot.
Yes, child.
What it is.
Anytime I was watching the news today, they were like, we're closing the bridges down to the party area at 8 o'clock. I'm like, what is going on?
Listen, the thing people don't realize is Miami is hood as hell. For first and foremost, like, and they closing the bridges to the white part of the city. Okay, so when you go across the bridge and you talk about Miami and beaches, all that, that's where the white folks at. They don't want that. They saw too many black people and they whatchamacallit. But see, this is the thing I want everybody to think about, because you know I've been thinking. And
Yes.
how is it the police are charging at these teenagers, these students, whatchamacallit, but then you didn't do a goddamn thing when it came to January 6th in the Capitol? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Nothing. If anything, the police got scared and ran off. Not scared because they didn't have enough security measures in place for that.
Yeah,
but you got these
they
kids.
got all the security measures just for people having fun. And now, you know, I don't blame them, because, you know, people are going in Miami, they running up these tabs, they running out on their bills.
I saw this video.
Yeah, it's on my Mad Monday today, man, so you can check it out. But yo, it's a lot of foolishness that people are doing, and I just gotta say, like, yo, man, you making it harder for when you try to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, and they already don't see, the thing people don't realize when it comes to the black spring breaks in Miami, they already don't want us down there.
Exactly.
Okay, they already don't want us down here. So they don't care about the white people acting a fool, but black people, y'all take it to another extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Another extreme. So it's sad. It's sad at what's going on. And I don't know if you've seen the story about the two young men who drugged a girl and raped her, and then she actually died in the hotel room.
Oh,
yeah, it's sad. God. They from North Carolina, young dudes, about 21 years old. They so ugly that they got to drug a girl to have sex with her, and they raped her. So, ladies, hey, man, let me tell you something, man.
Yes, please. And coming from a man, too, please tell him.
Buy your own drinks.
Thank you.
Buy your own drinks.
And keep that head on a swivel.
Yeah, buy your own drinks, because a lot of these people haven't seen the female anatomy in so long that they feel like they have to take it. You know, so.
It's just, I mean, between that and then a lot of times most rapists, they hate women at the end of the day.
But I mean, like, come on, man. Like, ladies, I just want you to protect yourself and just be a little smarter. You know, I know everybody trying to be a little bit friendly because they got their tickets, but
yes.
RL, Rockstar DJ. EL, what's up, dog? Yeah,
What
but
up, Rockstar DJ? Somebody else on here just said, yep, they are bringing their potentially exposure to COVID back home to their families. Exactly.
no, no,
And
no,
that's
no,
what I think
no.
about the
Let
people
me
who
let me
live there, though.
let me make this very clear to everybody. If you know anybody who came to Florida for spring breakers in Florida, they're coming back with the variants. There is 430 different variants of
Hmm.
COVID. That means whether or not you got the vaccine or not, you got the vaccine for one strand.
Exactly.
429 are still out there.
Yep.
So I just want people to put that in perspective because down here everybody's getting their vaccinations and they acting like they Superman. But I keep telling people, yo, man, that's only for one strain.
Yes.
Like you don't
Yes.
understand. That's not protecting you against everything. But a lot of people don't read. So
Yeah. No, it's just it's sad. Hopefully, I don't know. Just please take precaution. I know up here they started opening back up some of the schools, and in my mind, I'm like, well, being that we're almost at summer anyway in 5 damn seconds, why don't you just wait until the fall semester to bring the kids back? But I
Well,
just,
I'm gonna be real with you, man. The kids are the carriers. That's how my sister got infected from my nephew, who was
oh
asymptomatic.
wow,
Yeah, he got infected. A few of the kids got infected at the school. See, they don't really talk about that stuff because they want everybody. But here in Florida, yo, man, like my sister got infected. She was luckily she didn't have to. She endured the worst of COVID, but
hmm,
I'm just glad she's here.
wow,
So you know what I'm
thank
saying?
God.
So like, and that's it. So it's like I keep telling people, man, I don't know why everybody acting like COVID done disappeared. It's just getting worse.
Yes,
It's
it
and it's
is.
going to be worse. But I say, hey, for anybody who leaving Florida, they coming back from Florida and they coming back to you around you anyway. Hey man, do me a favor, tell them to stay the hell away for 14 days
Hello, talk about
because
it. Like you said, they lighten it up. They're acting like it's still not a thing because I mean, up here the weather's starting to break, people out and about, and it's just like y'all still gotta chill. And there's not, like you said, there's different strains, but it's not enough education out right now regarding if the vaccine that we're taking, how many strains it will cover you on. So for me, I'm like, it's still too early to be out there just living your life like it's golden.
No, the thing is, I keep telling people, man, my mom's a nurse, and
Mhm.
my mom has watched a lot of people die, and
Mhm.
she's called me, just like multiple times because she couldn't take it or she's just crying, and she'd be like, that she said, please tell these people that a lot of people don't believe that they're dying from a virus with their last breath. Some people are sitting here and they're on a ventilator and they're looking at my mom or they're looking at these nurses and they're like, you mean to tell me I'm about to die because of COVID? And they don't believe it because they still fathom that it's not true or it's not real. And my mom has
Mhm.
watched a lot of people's lives be taken, like because of they have the belief that it can't happen to them, it doesn't matter. And it's different when it's one of your family members who's a nurse and who's been on the front line for the
Mhm.
beginning part and the ending. In fact, they were one of the first hospitals that actually had COVID in there. So it just puts a lot of things in perspective. And I just try to tell people like, yo, man, just wear your mask and wear your hand sanitizer and just be a little bit more precautious in these next few months because it's going up in 21 states. So
Yeah,
it's
it's no
something
doubt.
serious. Shout out to
That's no-
RL.
What up,
RL
DJ
checking in.
RL? Hey, baby. And
I thought
hey,
I saw Dex checking in. I'm not trying to
I know
hold
I'm
y'all up
about
for
to bring him
Dex.
on. Being as, hey, honey, I see you. Yes, my mom died full of flu. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Miss Louise and James. Rest in peace to your
That's
mom.
sad.
But everybody just everybody's gotta just be careful out there. You can't. It's not over. We are not out the storm. And as you saw over in London or over in Europe, they're back on the
That's
rise again,
no,
about to
that's
go
that.
into
Yeah,
quarantine
Europe.
again.
Europe just went to they're getting the third wave of the pandemic.
Hmm.
So they're in their third wave, and they had a vaccine that wasn't even working. It was actually giving people blood clots. So
Hmm.
like it's just like for a lot of people who don't read the news, I read the news every day, and I talk about the coronavirus on my show. And I always tell people, and somebody hit me up, was like, man, you can stop talking about the coronavirus. I said, not until it goes away, because
It's still
every
here.
day there's a new hurdle. And
Yes.
you know, it's
It's
crazy.
still here. Somebody just said they Rosamond, I'm sorry, Chirino said they closed Italy up. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, all Europe's getting crazy, man. It's just, but it's just like you just got to be smarter, man. Please, just don't lighten up. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's just like diarrhea. You might think it's a fart. You might think it's a fart, but it's gonna be a shark. It's about you booty leaking. You going you know when you sitting at your desk, and you were just like, ooh, I got gas, and then you done, and a little bit of moisture done hit the middle of your ass, and you just like, oh, hold up, that don't feel right. Yeah, you got
What?
gooey booty. You got
You know what,
gooey
T-Roy?
booty.
That's when you save those I'm not sures for the house. Get up from your desk, go to the bathroom.
That's what I tell people. Don't act like you ain't never sharted at your desk at work, and you were sitting there like, I know if I get up, this shit wet. This shit wet. And you know you don't want to go to the bathroom at your job because that toilet paper breaks your ass out in a rash.
Now they so damn cheap. Why don't they invest in good toilet paper? Got us in there working for pennies.
For real, you in here using this cheap toilet paper. You don't wipe your ass itching all day. You in here, you just in here scratching your ass for no reason. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why is it Jesus? You done thought you
take the toilet paper, please.
You done think you wiped your ass with hot sauce.
Oh, I just got an image of eating buffalo wings. Shit, don't nobody like that feeling afterward.
Come on, man. Don't act like we're the only ones that had this problem now.
They all have, they just don't like talking about it.
Nobody does.
Baby, how are you?
No, nobody does.
Oh, I see Dex on, so I'm gonna bring them on. T, thanks so much for pulling up and showing love.
Hey man, I ain't seen y'all in so long. I'll be wanting to come up to Philly, but I'll be like, can't get on no plane.
Not yet. Especially if you don't have to.
But I go to the beach. And I think about all y'all.
Please keep us in mind at the beach, because hopefully some of that will come. Your positive vibes and rays will come to Philly.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm about to be at the beach all this weekend because it's about to be like 80, 90 degrees, and being like 20 minutes from the beach. That's the best thing, man. For real. I got to just go find. I got to go get my feet done, because you can't walk around here without your feet being done. If you go rock sandals, don't come out here with claws. For real.
Please don't get them things buffered. Don't nobody want to see.
Go ahead and get that piggy toe. You know what?
Don't nobody want to see.
I'm not a comedian. I'm on the radio every day, Power 99, 3 to 7 p.m. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm live from Florida. That's where we at right now. So what the Florida? Yeah, you know all that. It's all that. So, hey, man, I thank y'all for tuning in and watching.
Thank you.
Hey, man, I miss y'all, man. I'll see you safe, man.
We miss you, too.
Yeah, I'll be up there soon when everything get better. And tell Dex, don't send no more paperwork. The commercials are done.
That's trying to send the money.
Send the money. All right, bye, baby. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bye, honey bun. I'll talk to you. Bye-bye. Okay, now let me bring Dex in. All right. Hi, Mr. Stockley.
Hey.
Okay, so you had to get Vegas. Let them know Vegas ready.
I'm just letting you guys know you haven't seen us in a while because I've still been in Las Vegas, but I'm back now. I'm ready to catch up with T in the comments.
Yeah, you see it? So I guess we can. You let them know why it's like that. Dex, you're the salesman.
M Cyclone. Wait, M Cyclone. Did I say the name right? I don't know the person, but they tagged me in some Andrew Caldwell videos. I love Andrew Caldwell. Like, that is my best friend. No, I did not.
And y'all basically the same person. Y'all both like to cook. You like Tate's cookies.
I don't want to be Andrew Caldwell. But you know,
You ain't got the Maserati?
what do you got what do you got a Bentley or something? But you know what though? I joked and said Andrew Caldwell's my best friend. I need to get this off my chest real quick because this just happened.
Okay.
I went so people ask me, am I getting married? Did I get married yet? No, not yet. But today I went to go look at tuxes and suits and whatnot with my best man. And that boy, like, he really, I'm just joking.
Your best man?
He's something else. Like, that guy is crazy.
Well, you know, he might be on one. I was checking the comments, just minding my business, strolling the IG streets. Him and Halle Bailey are best friends now?
Apparently, he thinks they go together, and he's been sliding to her DM. The issue is she's 21, and he's pushing 35. And, like, sir, like, you really have to stop that. Like,
this is not good. Dion, this is only appropriate when she's like 30 and then you're 45.
yeah, come on. You're not Lionel Richie, sir.
Exactly. Once you get to Lionel Richie status, you can date whoever you want as long as they're 18 and above. Lionel, I'm still here. I'm waiting.
They said Andrew Caldwell's going to try to sleep with you. No, he don't like
I really hope he goes live with you again because that was epic. But I'm sorry, let's get back. Tell them why it's titled this.
So Toya and I have been looking for a way to brand this thing that we do together. We both have our own thing. You got McDonald's money, and I have some podcasts too.
Industry Friends and Bro Talk Live and Patty and the Millennials. Don't be coy.
So we
and then Mina's podcast. Sorry.
So
Go ahead. Book and busy.
And we're like, we want to brand what we do together. Like, we want to like make it something or whatever. So we came up with some title ideas, and we think we've decided on calling this, because we love you guys so much, comment section.
Yes.
Because
the comment section or the comments, either or, it's going to be some. We'll work on those details. Because honestly, like me and you were talking, you can have the best show ever. But if nobody's watching and if you're not engaged, you guys aren't engaged with us in the comments, it's just like, okay, so because of you, y'all the reasons why we keep coming back. And we are so grateful and forever thankful that y'all enjoy us being simple.
Hey,
Dad, how are you? My dad was just here today. He asked about you and Brandon, and I told him we got to do that. We're going to Fatburger.
Why he asked about him?
Don't do this.
I don't know why would he be asking about that boy.
Y'all beefing again?
I just don't get it. What'd you ask about him for? He didn't even know him. Like, I met him first.
He does know him.
A little bit.
I can't wait till Brandon. What?
Like, I am drinking out of a red Solo cup, but I'm drinking ginger ale only. It's just, I didn't realize it until I was like on a work call fairly recently. It was last Tuesday, and I was drinking a drink. Like, I think I was drinking water, right? And they were like, "Damn,
you think?"
It was probably more likely it was water or juice of some sort. They're like, "Actually, you red cup in it at 11 o'clock in the afternoon." And I'm like,
mind your business. I'm home.
Yeah, because these are the only cups I have in my house.
But you did upgrade. You are no longer rocking the styrofoam plates.
Oh, ew.
Don't tell me your face up now. See, that's the problem. That's getting on some new shit, and then he acts brand new. Like the past never happened.
Never happened.
But yeah, child, I wanted a drink today so bad because your little piece of job was working me today. I don't know what's going on. I was like, y'all really want me to do this on a Monday? Can we eat into the week? Damn. I could have actually kept working before we got on, but I said, nope, let me just get off because I'm sure the rest of this week will be crazy. But y'all gonna draw me to drink. I need a raise or something. I know we in Rona times, but y'all have to give me something, a couple gift cards, something. What's going on? Visa gift card?
Couple dollars.
Look, especially us not being in the office no more, we not getting paid with food and treats.
I've been having to pay for my own food. Literally takes for lunch, Toya, I had Tony Ronis. And guys, when we worked in the building, like we literally would get Tony Ronis for free every day. And
Yeah.
when she told me the total, I said, "What you mean?
What's a total?
Who gonna pay for this?"
You like total too? They good. Did you see them for that reunion tour? They was good.
And I was like, "Oh, I have to pay for my own food? Ooh."
Don't you feel some type of way? But at the same time, I have I'm happy because we haven't been at work. The food temptations are not there. Like they're still there, but it's not in front of my face. So most of the time my lazy ass is not going to go to what's the Bundt cake place? Nothing Bundt cakes. I'm not heading there to buy a cake for myself.
Nothing Bundt cake. And you probably don't want to know this, but there's one. Toy and I live fairly close to each other. There's one close to us now. I saw it the other day. I said, ooh.
I ride by it every day for it was just my sister's birthday. So my mom was like, yeah, I'm going to get her a cake. I'm going to that Everything Bundt Cakes. And my fat ass got so happy. Mom, you got to bring me some, please. So now she's a fan of Nothing Bundt Cakes. Not that we're getting paid for this at all, but if you guys have one in your area, go and eat the cake Anime Block. Okay?
And the crazy part about Nothing Bundt Cakes is we used to get that for free too, and now we have to pay for it. They said we're in the Philadelphia area. There's one in Springfield, and then the other one is like
there's one off. Isn't one in Haverford?
I think that's the other one.
Okay, yeah, and I'm sure they're slowly but surely popping up around the city. But I'm telling you, want a good moist cake with some good cream. I think it's the cream cheese icing.
Yeah.
Ooh, it is good, Dad. Dad, it's in Springfield. What's the shopping center? It's in. Is it? Oh, it's where the Olive Garden is on Baltimore Pike. It's in that shopping center.
Men's Warehouse, and then there's like a TD Bank across the street from or Giant.
Yep. Giant, where the Bertucci's is. So, but that cake is life. I probably shouldn't have told you that. I'm sorry.
But that whole
Go ahead.
I just discovered that shopping plaza. Like I've lived in this area for like 4 years, maybe 5 years now, and just discovered things past the Mission Barbecue. I just learned like you go down that street, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Chipotle, like it's some stuff over there.
Yes. And that's why I try to stay right the hell away from it. Somebody said I have to see. Yeah, definitely check it out to see if you have one in New York City because it is really good. Okay, let's get into it. Dex, it has been 374 days since Breonna Taylor was murdered. Last time we were on, we talked about her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, being basically exonerated from his charges of being, I think it was like manslaughter or something else. It was just really weird. But finally, they let that go. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, he has a lawsuit against the city now. So let's hope that goes through when that happens. Okay, just trying to wave to some people. All right, can we get into this? Because this is something that's been happening for a while, and I've been wanting to discuss it, but since it's the trend, like not the trend, the bad trend, this Asian hate violence. Can y'all leave these Asians alone? Please? Please?
I mean, it's one thing to like say certain things, which I don't think is appropriate at all. Like I think like in my opinion, and I could be wrong here, but I really do think that Donald Trump was the leader of this. I really do. Yes. He called the coronavirus the China virus. I think that kind of puts a target on the back of Asian people. In my opinion, I really do think that that's the truth. And like before, people would say certain things that weren't okay, but like, but words aren't killing anybody. But it's unnecessary. But like, we're okay to push through with the words.
Yes.
Last week there was a murder where 6 Asian women were killed. And
2 different locations.
And they were saying that like, it's not a hate crime. It's not a situation where they were targeted or whatever. But it's like, I don't know. I think if you shoot up a crowded movie theater with a bunch of different kind of people, then yeah, sure. I think that maybe you can't consider that a hate crime. It's domestic terrorism, but you can't consider that a hate crime. But when everybody looks the same, it seems targeted to me.
Well, considering the one police officer, the spokesperson that they had said, oh, well, you know what? He was just having a bad day. Really? A bad fucking day? Is that what we're talking about? Is that the excuse that you gave? And then come to find out the police officer had posted something where he had some anti-Asian paraphernalia regarding a T-shirt about the coronavirus being spread by them. When are we really going to just get a grasp on white male terrorism in the U.S.? Because that's what it is. And I know it's like me saying that can come off as very like, oh, man, we're going to piss some people off. I know I will, but that's what it is. And I just don't understand why people refuse to call it that. That is homegrown terrorism.
My only issue with calling it white male terrorism is that we're doing the same thing that we want those people to stop doing. Like we're when you put that target,
okay, a point.
like Donald Trump did with Asian people, and you say the China virus, you really put it like, for instance, after 9/11, Muslims had a large target on their back because like people characterized the attacks being done by a Muslim person, and it's like we need to get away from that. And I think we should start calling this stuff terrorism now. Like domestic terrorism, that label was out there for a reason, and we really need to start giving it that label. So you know, if you do this and you participate in this, you're a domestic terrorist. And also, really wouldn't be seeing these issues if something would have happened with those Capitol riots. You guys didn't do anything to those people. No. That's the reason why people are going to continue to do what they've been doing.
Yeah, but this is the one thing that in the beginning, why I didn't really talk about the Asian, because of course, no, all crime is bad crime. Any attacks against anyone, it's just purely based off of their race. That's terrorism. But in the beginning of all of this popping off, I remember a story in one of the blogs, and I want to say it was the Baller Alert, whatever. I'm sure everybody on here, y'all on social media. So the ones with the yellow writing, and it's like the script up top. I'll never forget in the beginning, it had the title was, the caption was, it was an Asian family, nice, good-looking Asian family on the front, and the caption was, quote, "Black people stop beating on us." And I was just like, what is this agenda to make it seem like no matter what's going on, it's always the black guy's fault? Because at that time, and I'm not saying that black people, there haven't been any black people out there attacking the Asians, but the more and more that I've seen, I've seen mostly white males.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to black people and Asian people, I think a lot of us are speaking up and speaking out, saying, like, you know, this is wrong. Yeah. On this. But, like, to be very clear, like, there has been tension in our country between African Americans and Asians as well. Like, we can't and we should not ignore that. But at the same time, though, like, I think wrong is wrong, though.
Thank you.
Have these issues, but going out and physically harming somebody, like, that's a problem.
Exactly, and it will never be okay. Hi, Marjan, baby. You're never late. You right on time, girl. Ciao. Speaking of Marjan, real quick, she did a live with Donnell Rawlings. Y'all remember Ashley Larry? So she was on live with him a few days ago, and it was like, I didn't know I needed it. Her husband is he plays the trumpet. So he did a live show on Donnell's live, and then this weird relationship Donnell Rawlings has with this one of his watchers named Gina, and he got her on, and Gina was cussing his ass out, and I'm here for it. So I think I'm going to follow Donnell Rawlings, because it was just the entertainment that I didn't think I needed, and it was a very pleasurable experience. And her husband, child, he can play that saxophone, and her daughter can sing her ass off. So there's that. But yeah, back to the Asians. And another thing I've seen, which I feel like, yes, like you're correct, we have had tensions between us. But lately, it just so happens to be the 30th anniversary of Latasha Harling. That's the, I think she was 12 or 13-year-old girl who she went into the convenience store and the Asian woman shot her and killed her. So it's just, I don't know, sometimes I feel like people are putting that out there because it's to kind of, well, see, look what they've done to us. Look at this, look at that. And it's like, not to take anything from Latasha's story, because that was horrible. But at the same breath, just because we have been trespassed against when it comes to them, doesn't mean that in this day and age, when you see somebody getting attacked, it is wrong. I don't care who you are. It is wrong just based off of their race. So, but I think a lot of times, let's be honest, some people who aren't Black, but some people of color forget their history in this country when it comes to how they are treated. So I think after a while, and I'll probably get some flack for it, but I think a lot of the Asian community did get comfortable.
Yeah.
And before, I mean, remember a couple, was it over the summer, the TikToker got in that confrontation with that Asian contractor, and he basically called him an N-word and what are you doing in this neighborhood? Do know when most Asians came over here to build the railroad system. But most of the times when y'all came over here, they wouldn't even allow y'all to live in their buildings. They wouldn't rent to y'all. Therefore, y'all had to go, not all of you, but a good portion had to build fucking tunnels underground. That's some damn ingenuity. And use that as housing.
But I think
So,
I think that like Black people, I think Asian people, I think Hispanic people, like we should be looking at these situations like we don't have it in us to really hate anybody else. Like
no.
we are all oppressed people. And
Yeah.
like there are other people in this country that will show you how oppressed you are when you get too comfortable. And I think we've all been there. And then we all try to do this thing where we try to distance ourselves from the culture as a whole. At the end of the day, you are still a Black man, an Asian man, Hispanic man, white woman, whatever. Like you still are what you are. And like
Yes.
people are going to treat you accordingly. They're not going to treat you any different because of who you think or who you portray that you may be.
Yep. Or who you may know. You
Yeah.
see, Olivia Munn, I did not realize until she started this whole campaign, when the story started picking up traction with her friend's mother who got attacked in New York. I didn't know until that moment that she was Asian.
Passing.
Huh?
Because she's been passing. Like she's been passing for white, which is what they want to do. Until
I'm
it's not,
glad you said it.
until
I'm
it's
glad you
not convenient. Like they're always going to want to pass because it's a convenient thing for them to do.
Thank you, Dex. And this is why I love you. Come on, Dex. Okay, going from the Asian, we'll get to the spark of this whole Asian non-persuasion, Donald Trump. So recently just saw a story. There is, I want to say it's a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum or the Wax Museum, and I've been there in San Antonio. Well, they recently had to remove Donald Trump's wax figure from the museum because it kept getting violated and people kept punching it and abusing it and vandalizing it.
I hope none of the guys are watching this because I'm telling this story again on Bro Talk Live. I think that is incredible. Like that is, I don't hate Donald Trump. I don't. I think it's very funny. But this is what I mean when I say I'm entertained by Donald Trump. Who else would this ever happen to? Like, this is funny to me. Like, this is hilarious that this is happening. Like, it's funny. It's funny that this is happening. Like, of course it's happening. Like, it's not shocking at all. Like, of course people are going to do this. This is what I mean. This man has been funny from the beginning.
Wait, so Marjan said lately he hasn't been putting his tan on.
I'm not either. If I'm not going out in public, I don't. Never.
And he had to get on that mini jet. You think he mad about that?
He's still upset. He's still upset about that.
Oh, God. When I saw that story, I was like, what? And because I've been to that museum, I knew exactly what they were talking about. And God, that is a god-awful wax figure. Another bad one. And if some of y'all on here know Beyonce, go tell her, because that Beyonce wax figure, I'm like, well, who the fuck is that?
On a black dress, like a black mini dress?
It's like a mini, or it might be sparkly. When I was there, it might have been like sparkly or something, but I was like, that ain't no damn Beyonce. So Beyonce, you might want to check in on them.
It looks like a white lady.
Yes!
It's like Celine Dion.
Yeah. Like a mix of Celine Dion and Tyra Banks. And I'm just like, that ain't no damn Beyonce. These wax museums, get your shit right. Don't just be having, y'all just put anybody in there, especially the black ones, anybody. Because Donald look like Donald, good and ugly. But the black ones, y'all know, just put a label on it.
But
that's LeVar Burton. No, it ain't. I thought that was Barack Obama.
LeVar Burton. Look, but the one in Vegas and the one in New York are so good. And I could be a little biased, but there's two
Okay.
that I saw in the Vegas one and the New York one that I'm like, this is the real person. Kim Kardashian in New York, Khloe Kardashian in Vegas. You would think that you're looking into those real girls' eyes. And I don't know because it's wax or what, but that looks like
Really?
I had to find a picture of them. I have pictures of them. It looks like dead on. Like it looks just like them girls.
Damn, so they doing all the other wax museums people dirty.
Or Kim and Khloe like went to the same people who did the wax figures to get their real faces done. I don't know.
Well, also, they might need to update Khloe because within, I don't know when they had it last, but you know she's a black woman.
She looked different. Hers is probably easy to fix though. They probably just, it's like Potato Head. They just take different pieces off. Real face and the wax figure. I mean, wait, should I say allegedly? Because we don't know if she got surgery.
Don't know. I ain't no motherfucking alleged nothing to it. You had surgery. You seen the pictures. Now, do the wax people, do they have the original Khloe? Or what edition of Khloe do they have?
Number 6.
Number 6? Okay. All right, cool. Before she went full on black.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when she had that curly?
Mm-hmm. She put the braids on her hair and everything, too. Go ahead.
Boxer braids. But you know what? I guess it's cool. She was getting herself ready because you know she got a black daughter now. Hey, Kurtwood, baby, how you doing? Somebody said, Rose Maturito said she had a head lift.
No?
No, they picked the whole fucking head up.
Well, I mean, she do look like her sisters now, so I will say that.
She don't look like OJ no more.
She don't look like OJ side no more.
OJ said he not the daddy.
I just saw OJ doing something live on Instagram the other day, or Twitter the other day, and I'm like, why are you talking to us?
I think Marjan mentioned TMZ on here. I absolutely love when just by chance TMZ catches him out and they ask him a question about like real life things happen in the world and he'll give his opinion. And it's just like, shut up. Why are you talking? You should be happy that you're not in jail right now, OJ. But he did give me life when they asked him about Bruce Jenner. And he said, they were like, how do you feel? This was right when Bruce became Caitlyn?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Caitlyn. So right when it happened, they caught OJ out coming from dinner, and they were like, oh, how do you feel about Bruce? Are you happy for him? Well, the new Caitlyn, the transition? Mm-hmm. OJ said, he want to live his life as an old woman instead of an old man.
Well, there's 2 points I have to make really quickly. One, I've been watching The Masked Singer. If you guys haven't watched it, this is a spoiler, so I do apologize. But I think I'm done with it. 2 weeks ago, they did some stupid stuff. You
what
know,
happened?
that they unveiled on The Masked Singer, it's usually a celebrity, like that you know or whatever.
Yeah.
Still, the mask, like with the premiere, it was Kermit the Frog.
What the what?
And I said, come again? I'm like, my friends were in the chat talking about it, and they're like, Dex, wait till you see who this is. You're going to be upset. And I looked at it, and I was like, Kermit the Frog? Like, why would Kermit the Frog be in the mask? Then this past week, it was Caitlyn Jenner. And I'm like, I think I'm done with this show. Like, I don't think I'm going to do it no more. I think I'm really...
Well, could they say?
No, they could not. The Caitlyn Jenner one was like, wow. Like, to me, it just seemed like it was a stunt. Because, like, when I listened to him, like, is this Gilbert Godfrey? Who's horrible? And then when she pulled the mask off, she was just like, ha ha, y'all didn't know it was me. And I'm just like, you sound...
I was the real star all along.
I was annoyed. Also, another thing, we talked about the trans hate. There's this Facebook group that I'm a part of. They posted this thing the other day. I'm one of those people that, like, I really like to mind my business when it comes to a lot of stuff. And it's basically like a woman had a woman transitioned into a man and then got pregnant. And, like, the amount of public trans hate that people are willing to put out like baffles me. Like it really actually bothers me. Like I understand.
And
I'll send it to you. I have
okay.
having an opinion that's not favorable of certain things. I respect that. I have no issue with that. But publicly negatively talk about like the LGBT.
Yes.
I just don't understand why you feel the need to do that. It's just so ignorant to me. And also it reminds me of, remember at one point when people were saying and doing things to Black people, they were called fired. Why do you think discriminating from people who are in this community, people won't do the same thing to you? I just
thank you.
Like that. I understand not understanding it, not agreeing with
and not, you don't have to agree with it. It's not your lifestyle. You don't have to. But like to just vilify somebody for their personal choices that do not affect you in any way, shape, or form, leave them alone.
The comments were just nasty. Like I was like I'm not in this community at all, but I know people who are, and I just could only imagine how they feel reading this stuff. And one of the groups in this community commented on the post, and I'm just like, how do you feel reading that? Like she's a lesbian woman, and I'm just like, I just couldn't imagine. Like that's horrible.
But the thing that bothers me is when a lot of these people, it's like to defend like what you think, and you're so right. Okay, so have this person with a representative, have this conversation with a representative from the LGBTQ community. Because what other reason are you bringing this conversation up if it doesn't apply to you at all? Are you considering transitioning? I.e. lately, well, I guess it was over the weekend, Lil Mama and Riz Islam had a conversation about children and should children be allowed to transition. I'm going to leave that part alone because I just personally believe that if it affects you and your family, you got to make the best decision for you and yours. But all of a sudden, little mama complains that she's going to do this campaign regarding anti-heterosexual bullying.
Mm-hmm.
That was a segue. I see you, Dex.
No, you did good with that one. That was a good one.
That's why we work well together.
We see each other.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just like, and okay, yes, you are more entitled to your opinion. If you don't believe that that's what should be done, okay. Like, if you're not for it, okay. But to do this, and of course, people are not going to agree with your opinion, but vice versa, you didn't have to bring that issue up at all. So why would you not expect for the LGBT community to come for you when you say stuff like that? And you're not even having a conversation with a representative, with a transitional person in the conversation. So why are you doing it?
And they kept talking at length about people. There's so many people who regret this decision. They come out and then they regret it because they don't want to be like this anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, that's kind of their business. Like if you make a decision to transition and you decide like this isn't something that I should have done, that's even people who decide to be gay or be a lesbian. Like you make that decision. I mean, that's on you. Like the only person who has to deal with that is you. Nobody else has to deal with it. Like
nope.
Married and like you decide to change it up or whatever, then yes, that's a conversation. But if not, what does that have to do with the rest of us? Yes,
exactly. Mind your business. That's what you should be doing.
And personally, I understand exactly where she's coming from, when she says like kids aren't even before the age of 18 aren't even allowed to vote or buy cigarettes or drink.
Yeah.
Well, so forth and all these other things. They're not allowed to apply for loans and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
She's absolutely right. 100% right. But at the end of the day, if these kids are not yours, there's no need for you to be having that conversation with anybody.
Thank you.
And especially publicly. I don't think that
why
not have their opinions. Everybody should have their opinions, but you don't need to have these opinions publicly.
It's nobody's business but you or your household, unless somebody brings you to the altar and asks you your opinion. Okay. Y'all be like, I'm going to give you my opinion. You might not like what my opinion might be, but hey, it's me. You asked. But again, I just feel like the majority of people, if you're not open-minded to different things and realize that life is beyond your little spectrum of the world, then you kind of probably should just kind of keep your mouth shut when it comes to certain things. Real quick, back to Donald Trump. Your boy is coming back to social media. Are you excited?
No, because I heard how, and I'm not. He's creating his own social media platform.
Uh-huh.
I'm not signing up for it. I'm not paying for it. I'm not doing that.
Well, how you gonna get the good content? And how does Bro Talk Live has a whole segment dedicated to Trumpisms?
Jason better sign up for it because I'm not doing it. I won't. I won't.
Well, don't worry, because somebody is going to do the work with a lot of these blogs and stuff. They're going to do the work and sign up, and we'll get all the release. We'll get the screenshots.
Yeah. Speaking of doing the work, I don't know if you guys in the Philadelphia area are familiar with Ernest Owens. He's a journalist in Philadelphia and recently called out Shaun King for being like informative and whatnot. And like, I'm not the biggest fan of Shaun King, but I really do admire seeing people do that work. So I just give just a shout out to him. And also Purple Queen too also does the work. She's talking.
Thank you.
I enjoy seeing that people doing the work. Yes,
you can sit there and talk about it all you want to, but if you're not out there actually getting shit done and you just want to sit and point fingers, you can go to forum with some of that. And if you are doing something great, continue doing it. But just because you don't feel a person's message, you don't have to knock their hustle. Ain't nobody asked you to do all that.
Keep it at the kitchen table. If you don't, like, keep it at the kitchen table.
Yes. Okay. Oh, more into politics since we're back here for a little bit. Why Putin trying to make the shade room?
What you mean?
So Joe Biden had a little press conference or something, and he basically put it out there that said that Putin is a murderer and he's going to pay for inserting himself in our most recent election. Well, Putin's response to that was, well, he's calling me a murderer. I really think what he is doing is self-reflecting, because usually when people say bad things about someone, it's usually they're really talking about themselves. So I think that's what it is. And then Putin goes on to say, well, you know what? I'd really like to discuss this with you, Papa Joe. You know, I'm available. Either we can go live and talk about.
Not go live. I hate
20. I'm available on Thursday or Monday. Let's do it.
A mess. I hate it. Like, I hate 2021.
Could you imagine, though, if they really started? I think that would be something that people would really get involved in. They would start doing debates on live with all of our comments.
Well, that would be bad. That would be bad. Yeah.
Now that would be entertaining.
You know who will be upset about that, though?
Who?
Donald Trump. He would be so pissed if Biden gets to do that with Putin. He would be pissed.
He'd be on there, Melania, create me a ghost account, a burner account. It's me, Donald. Putin, why didn't you do? I can't do it like your boy on Bro Talk. Bill does on Bro Talk. But why didn't you offer me the same thing going live?
Wait, that was good.
I thought we were buddies, you know. Then also with Joe, why are you hating on the weed smokers? Why you fire 5 White House staff members for smoking weed after they were told that no consequences would happen?
Look, I totally understand why people, I'm okay with the weed, this and the third. It's okay. Joe Biden, on the other hand, is like, I'm okay with people doing it, but you're not gonna be working in here doing this shit. Like, you're not gonna happen here. Like, at the end of the day, like, smoking weed, people can say all day long, it helps me concentrate, this, that, and the third. But guess what? I'm old school. Concentrating is gonna be getting your ass to bed the night before and getting up here bright and early so you can do this work. You're not gonna be smoking no weed on my clock. No. I'm with Joe on that one.
Joe said, you live in my house. It's my problem.
Exactly.
But I am going to tell the people, no consequences will be had. It's cool, but we still got to get tested. Joe said, ho, ho, ho. Did you ask us if you could smoke?
I don't trust it. Anytime somebody
Did you ask us if you could do
if they say they're gonna do a drug test, they're looking for something.
it? They damn sure are. Just listen. I know. Just get back on the sauce then. Like, I don't know what to tell you until it's legalized all over, because it will be. It's just a matter of time. It's a slow process, but it's happening.
It's just a matter of time.
Just
They figure out
uh,
until they figure out how they can capitalize off of it. And once they figure that out, then we'll be good to go to.
it's all open. And basically, because a lot of people, and Marjan made a great point, I don't see how you can work and smoke. It would basically be the same thing as alcohol. Nobody's expecting you to walk into the job with the, hold on, let me go grab my bottle real quick. Can you imagine? Hold on. My briefcase, my little work briefcase is a little messed up. Could you imagine walking into the office like this? Hi guys. You want a drink?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one.
You thirsty? Hi guys.
I've seen that done.
And you should be fired right the fuck away if that happens.
I didn't do it, but I've seen it done.
How?
Well, you know, some people get free pizza and free cakes at work. Some people get shots at work.
Listen, I guess it depends on your industry. But if you know you don't have a cool boss and he's not going to open a beer with you and sit there and drink, it's probably best just not to bring it to work. So if you do it on your own time, that's fine. So I believe when it does become legal, you can't come to fucking work hot, okay? Like, you should not be coming in skunk balling because you just hotboxed in the car on your way up to the office. Take your ass down to the welfare.
And that spray y'all be using, and you know what they really love? They love using Polo Black, to the point that I bought some Polo Black, and like in my head, I'm like, this is what weed smells like. This is the smell of weed. In college, they used to smoke weed, spray all this Polo Black on them, and then go to class. And I'm just like,
we know. Oh my God, you just caught. You just brought me right back to something, because I was a later student. I didn't even enroll in college until I was 25, and the worst was like sitting in class with these freshmen and sitting behind me 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. Why do you smell like a distillery and a fucking chimney? You're disgusting.
the good old days.
That's never okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
The good old days.
Damn good old days. Somebody, Dawn 53 said you shouldn't be smelling like liquor and weed at work or Walmart. Exact. But now, Dawn, that's how they show up to the Walmart.
I think that you shouldn't smell like liquor or weed unless you work at Walmart. Then it makes sense.
That's the only way to get through.
Yeah, you're gonna need.
That's the only way you're gonna make it. Hello. Oh God, what's something else I wanted to talk about? But maybe I'll wait for my brother because he's a teacher, so I wanted to talk about like stuff like that with teaching. I guess I'll bring it up here. About everybody going back to school and everything, and it's been some stories lately coming up about teachers smoking weed, and should they be able to smoke weed and do drugs and stuff like that. If one thing we have noticed on quarantine for the parents, let the motherfucking teachers do whatever they want to do. Because listen, y'all been sitting at home with y'all kids for a damn year. That teacher wasn't lying about your badass kids. So.
But do you think there should be an age?
Steven's got to come home and smoke a little tree at the end of the day to unwind from your kid who can't fucking listen and acting like he got a problem, and you're at home, the parents keep telling, ain't nothing wrong with him, he okay, or she okay. Let Mr. Stevens go home and smoke his weed so he can come back tomorrow and be fresh-minded to teach them.
I don't know about that, because the way I look at that is like, I do understand that teachers have a lot of stressors. But you're with these kids for 1 year. So if you smoke weed and drink liquor after work every day for a year, you probably developed a habit. So then next year, when you get these new crop of kids in there, you might not have no problem child, but you're still gonna be going home to smoke that weed into the because you developed a habit.
It's called prep. You got to prep yourself. It's like, you know how you meal prep? You got to mind prep for your teaching job.
I think that my biggest thing, like I have no issue with drinking liquor. I don't smoke weed, but I have no issue with drinking liquor. But I never allow work to dictate me drinking. Like if that happens to me, I need to quit that job or something like that, because if I start drinking every time I have a rough day at work, I'm gonna turn into an alcoholic, and I can't.
Yeah, no, and that should not. You should never rely on any type of outside substance. This is when you relied on God. Get you some good yoga. Hit that Bible. That's when you rely on that.
Or therapy, but a lot of y'all
meditate.
Or you just go to call your actual therapist. But a lot of y'all say God is your therapist. The Bible is your therapist. So I guess I don't know. I don't know how y'all would do it.
You know how your cousins do. You know how they feel. You mention therapist, like, therapy. Don't nobody need no damn therapist.
Therapy just opening that mouth and just running. I think therapy only works for people like me, though. Like people like me who like to talk. Because could you imagine if you don't like to talk and you paying somebody $120 for an hour for therapy, and you sitting there and they sitting there, they ask you questions, you don't want to answer them. Don't waste your money. Like really only go to therapy if you want to have a conversation. Because if you
these kids be needing therapists too, because the ass whipping don't do it all the time.
You're not
like I had a cousin like that. His mama used to whip his. Dr. Umar says ADHD ain't a thing, and I'm telling you, he a motherfucking lie, because
your cousin wasn't doing it right. Your cousin probably didn't have the kid go outside and pick their own switch. You pick your own switch, I promise you'll act right. That is the worst kind of whooping to get.
He used to get his ass beat damn near every fucking day, and I used to be like, "People, you ain't sick of this shit. You just gonna go ahead." He needed a damn therapist, because I'm ass whippings working.
Like I said, anything you do consistently turns into a habit. So he was probably looking at his mom like, "You're not gonna beat me today?" Like, I'm waiting for my beating. She needs to make him go outside and pick his own switch. And this is what they do. You go out, you tell him you're in trouble, go pick a switch out from outside. He goes out, he picks a switch. You get the switch, and then you say, like, no. You throw it on the ground. Then you go outside and you pick a switch. The switch could be the same size or whatever, but just that thought process of you going out there to pick a switch up.
It does fuck with you.
It kills you mentally.
My mom did that with me years ago, and I'll never forget it till this day. Of course, she didn't beat me, but it was the mentality thing. And of course, and you better not come in with something that I can't work with. And then you sitting there taking forever, like, oh God, here we go. And then my mom's a softie, so she ain't ever really.
I can't up like that. Like when I lived in Mississippi, they would really hit us with switches.
Oh yeah, no, y'all was getting them old school slave ass whippings. I'm surprised y'all ain't get beat with the motherfucking extension cords.
I've never had an extension cord, but like I promise you, like I think I would have drew the limit there. Like the switch was crazy, but like my mom never actually did it. It's my cousins that would do it. If she had an extension cord to beat me with it, we would have had to fight, because you're not gonna. Like we're actually going to fight each other. You think you're going to hit me with the same thing that we use to plug the TV and the radio? I wish.
Whenever you nail to the wall, we're gonna get you. Hey, Jess Ralph, how you doing, baby? Marjan said, Dex, please have kids. Now, y'all know, Dex kids gonna be running right the fuck through his ass. Because let me tell you how he does punishments. He remember the viral boy that was going around? The video was going around of the boy breathing with his brother to calm him down?
Yes.
Those are Dexter's kind of punishment. So I can see it now.
And it worked out. He stopped crying, too. Did he stop crying? Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
No,
your kid's gonna be like that. Yo, I told you to be in the home by 5 o'clock. Be in the house by 5 o'clock. You can stay with your friends. It's 5:30. Where you been at? None of your fucking business, Dad. Breathe. Just breathe.
Now they're gonna be telling me to breathe because I'm gonna turn into Homer Simpson, start choking that neck.
That's gonna be like, give me your hands. Now, who told you to talk to Daddy that way?
did you feel that was necessary to speak to me like that? Also, shout out to just Ralph. Ralph is like I have to unfollow him on social media because I have this disease where if somebody mentions the C word, I don't want to say because I know I'm gonna get some. If somebody mentions the C word, I have to go out and get some. And he's been posting pics. It's the seafood that begins with a C.
Okay, my mind went elsewhere. I'm like, you paying for
So anytime I see somebody on social media breaking them, pulling the meat out, that does sound like sex, actually.
Yeah, you paying for the puss out here.
Anytime I see somebody eating those things, like, I have to have them. Like, I have to. And people keep making all these jokes, like, oh, y'all got yourself. Last week, I had crab legs 6 days in a row. And
the boy is rich. The kid got money.
Stimulus check came or nothing like that, but I needed crab legs, and I had them 6 days in a row. My last day, though, I got them from this one place where I want to say, nice. Chicken Pete's gave me these crab legs. When I saw them, it was, y'all, like, they really wasted my money. $40.
Yeah.
Nothing. Also, king crab legs ain't it. Y'all be saying you got to get the king crab legs because they got more meat in it, this, that, and the third. Yeah, but like they didn't tell you that it's a porcupine on the outside of the king crab legs. You got to really work to get to it. I don't want that. I stick to my regular.
The blue crab Johns.
No, like there's like this the king crab legs. They're called king crab legs, and they have, like porcupines on them. Like they stick you when you. It's a lot of work to get a king. Like,
well, you got to have the cracker, or you probably use your teeth. Your ass from Mississippi and Texas.
And those people that be like, don't use your teeth to open nothing. Don't you do that? Maybe them crab legs.
Teeth flying out your fucking mouth. Like, God damn.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay, so we got, oh my God. Well, okay, real quick, Miami. It's over, I think. T-Roy Warren, we were talking about it a little bit. Is Miami over? I don't think, if it's not for a check, I'm good.
Well, I wouldn't go, but I love seeing those videos over the weekend. It's incredible. Like, amazing.
When the dude ran out, and he had to be there, but gotta be quicker than that on the bill.
They said, we've been closed for a minute. You think you about to stiff us? Get back here. I love it.
Who has grown and runs? I have not run out on the bill since high school. Prom.
That's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, it's like that's what you're supposed. And I don't even think it was prom. It was actually graduation, and that's exactly what it was, a rite of damn passage.
So when we were in Vegas, we were at some restaurant. I forgot. It was like a nice restaurant. I think it was Ocean Prime, actually. And I was like, yo, wouldn't it be crazy? I was just talking. And like nobody caught on to what I was saying, but I was like, wouldn't it be crazy if you were like out of town with your friends having dinner and you were taking an Uber home and you could just call the Uber and it picks you up and you could walk out without paying the bill? And they were like, yeah, I guess that's crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to do it. I want to do it.
Okay, you fuck around. I'd be like, and look, I couldn't be with you. This is why we could never vacation together. You think some shit like that, I'm telling the people your room number, your parents' name, and don't put it on my bill because he's going to come pay for this shit. We are in our 30s and we don't do these things.
So cool if we all just like left out. I just thought that would have been so much fun. I've never done it before and I want to do it.
Are you sure y'all didn't do that? Because you told me once you came back to everything, you never had a trip so good and financially it was great at like.
It was.
That's not why, because you was out there stealing.
It's like, oh, I put it on my card. Okay, cool. Put it on your card.
Is it? Where you get the card from?
I don't know where they got it, but I will tell you this though. I'm a really honest person because after I got back from Vegas, I got like a call from my bank and they were like, "Can you let us know if these charges are real or fraudulent?" I ain't go to Vegas.
No, Vegas. I wasn't in no motherfucking Vegas.
Corona. Why would I be there? But no, I was like, yes, those charges are mine. But like, I could have.
I don't know. And then they would have pulled the damn camera, and you'd have been going right the fuck to jail over your little bit of purchases.
$100.
because you wanted to feel free at 30 and reminisce. Sitting your ass right in jail. Freedom, okay? Singing Beyonce's Freedom, Freedom.
They be like, what you in for? Stealing.
Nah, you can't say that. You gotta make it, I punch a nigga in the neck.
No, they went for it, and I'd be like, I was at the Wax Museum and I punched Donald Trump in the face.
Exactly. You gotta come up with tougher than that because you never know how long you're gonna be in there for. Oh yeah, and then they were saying that the racial disparity between, what are your thoughts on that?
In Miami?
Yes.
I want y'all to leave that alone. That's not, because look, I was watching, hold on.
Go ahead. You want your ice? You got your ice? You got that good Chick-fil-A ice? John, he's living. It's been his birthday. Came back from Miami. Got that good Chick-fil-A ice. Been eating crabs. This is living, y'all. You living your best life. I'm not mad at you.
My favorite things. No, but I was watching a little bit of The View earlier today, and Sunny, who I love, she was saying like racial disparages between like who's getting arrested in Miami. Well, when I saw that video, it was a bunch of people looking like me. So if it's a bunch of black people getting arrested, yeah, they should be, because they were in the street twerking and trying to steal the bills. I'm not saying they weren't doing it, but when I looked at that video, it was my cousins running up and down that street. So
thank you.
I don't care what color they are, but what I saw was a bunch of us.
Hey, Patty Jackson, honey, I was like, y'all niggas just don't know how to act down there. People in the middle, like they fight, and fight breaks out. Boom, we going through it. Cops is coming through trying to clear everything out, and then y'all get in the middle of the road and start twerking and trying to bust it open. It's not a city girl summer or a hot girl summer. Well, the city girls wasn't out there, but y'all asses was out there. Your cousins.
Playing the city girls' music.
And the city girls scrolling on the gram laughing at y'all.
Absolutely. But I mean, while I'm not the most mature person, and I just won't even pretend that I am, I was very entertained by the videos that I saw in Miami. I know people were disgusted by it, and people were like, this is not okay, this is not cool. I mean, I wasn't out there, and you wouldn't catch me out there, but I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I'm not going to hold you, but at that moment, I said, I think I'm good on Miami forever, as a choice of a leisurely vacation. Because at one point, because I feel like with this happening, and Miami has always been wild, but I have never seen it like that before. Maybe in 2030, because, this is going to be the 1920s, 2020s, everybody's going buck wild. So maybe after 2030, I'll be good for Miami, going back there again.
You said that a while ago, and now it's actually happening.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
It's just the history. I'm a history nerd, and the history always repeats its damn self.
Well,
Niggas been cooped up in the house, but here's another thing. The 20 was good. Everybody was having a damn party. But then the 30s, the Depression came.
Well, I mean, we've been through it before.
Niggas, y'all better save y'all stimmies, but it's too late.
Oh, please. If you was in Miami, you either spent that money on, not food because y'all was running out on the bills, but you spent that money on friends out of jail. Like, that money's gone.
Well, look, should we do it? I hope we never go through a depression again, but should we? At least if we broke, we used to it.
Well, I mean, the last
we used to, us, we'll put on a pot of beans, stretch that spaghetti out, you'll be all right.
Ooh, who's that? Rosamond, I missed it, but they said, "Dag, it's not even summer yet." She's right.
Yes.
Ooh,
we just got out of winter on Saturday, and this how the fuck y'all acting.
June, July. Ooh, y'all gonna be acting up.
You wedding? I'm nervous now.
Well, at least we won't have to. Oh, they might be.
Oh, hold on. It's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Hold on. We got a visitor.
Just Ralph said his stimulus check went straight to a seafood boil. I think I'm the cop.
Yeah, we're live. Come say hi to the people. Have a seat.
Let's see who's visiting Toya.
Why?
Actually, I completely forgot that you are live right now.
Well, you know what? We were supposed to go yesterday,
Okay.
but I wasn't having the greatest day. So now we're doing it today. Say hi to everybody. I'm like, say hi like I'm his mom.
Hey, everybody.
Aren't they twins? I remember saying to Toya before, like, you guys look just alike, and she's like, well, look nothing alike. Y'all look twins.
No, because we favor our mother. But
Yeah.
it's my brother Randy.
Randy, I said it about Randy. And y'all-
Yeah. It's like you the first person that ever said that shit. Now you just talking. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm
We
good.
were talking about you being a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do a live again, but
Backlight.
are you opposed to teachers not doing, not being allowed to do drugs to like deal with these people's kids, and going off of how, parents, they've seen how crazy y'all kids are for the past year, and y'all be thinking that these teachers be lying, be blowing y'all phone up to come to the PTA meetings that y'all refuse to motherfucking come through. Let these teachers smoke their weed in peace.
Or you sound like a teacher.
That's why I could never do it.
Wait, I have a question. First, like, what do you think about that?
So, the educational system doesn't drug test now. So
They don't?
no. You get a background check, but they don't actually do a drug test. So
Damn. Well, I guess that's why that one professor.
And I was gonna say, like, with that professor, it was at NYU or Howard or Harvard. He said that he thinks that teachers should be able to do, well, professors maybe should be able to do heroin because he's done it for quite some time.
Yeah.
Now, is there a limit, in your opinion, to where the drugs should go, or is it just whatever you feel the need to?
And heroin does it for you.
I mean, yeah, if it doesn't for you.
The kids don't know.
But don't do heroin.
Just say no.
Don't do that. You don't need it.
Oh, I
Some people-
drug tested teachers too. That's actually shocking to me to know that they don't.
Yeah, that's crazy. So they said,
It's really more focused on background checks.
well,
So that's obvious,
well, see, maybe
and
the
that
school.
needs to be.
Well, you know what? Maybe the school system knows it, because to deal with y'all kids.
You need a lot of patience.
Yeah,
You
but
need a
now,
lot of patience. You need to be flexible. You are not just a teacher when you are a teacher.
Mhm.
You are a mentor. You are a counselor. You are a tutor. You are a friend. You are still that teacher, but you are also a parent as well. You play all of these roles when you are a teacher. So teaching is the easy part.
and then you go home after doing all that to do drugs.
You have to relax your mind.
Relax.
I mean,
Be at peace.
be at peace. Do what you have to do.
Listen, the kids don't know, they're getting good grades. Now that I think about it, our favorite teachers, we've all had one. They
Yeah.
probably were high.
Every single teacher that you had that was very memorable
Mhm.
and made you feel powerful and great.
High.
Not Miss
Most
Ford.
likely.
Not Miss Ford. Although I will say this woman though, Miss Ford was probably one of my favorite teachers. She had us reading the Harry Potter books, this and the third. Now that you say that and I think about it, she was high. Because she would have gummies. She would really have gummies. She was big on gummy bears. Miss
See?
Ford was getting high. She was getting high in the classroom. That's why she was reading those books.
My
Wow.
favorite teacher, Mr. McGuire, he was a surfer. I swear, if he could have just did PE all day, that's what we would have done. We started the day in PE. We had like 4 play breaks throughout the day. Mr. McGuire was high.
Wow.
Favorite teacher.
Miss Ford was on the edibles.
We cracked the code. The memorable good teachers, they are all high. And that's why the bad teachers get a bad rep, because they're not getting high. You sit up there mad, hurt over these damn kids.
And that right there, that's Miss Sexton. Her name was Miss Sexton. She was single, so she wasn't having sex. And I know she didn't do no drugs or drink no. It was miserable. That's the problem. Wow.
We cracked the code. See, so these school districts, they knew what they were doing when they did these rules.
Like we wouldn't have never cracked. Toya, like, to be honest with you, guys have been watching the show for a while. Toya and I, with the help of Raekwon now, we've discovered that there is no coronavirus in Atlanta and Miami.
No.
And we know why teachers are pleasant.
Listen, we crack codes here. We're doing the research and giving you guys the real. This is real investigative journalism.
Marjan said that they have edibles 35 years ago. Miss Ford did. Like 35?
In the kitchen, wrist twisted like a stir fry.
Wait, that 35 years ago. I'm not 35 years old.
You sure? You sure? Take your hat off.
Oh my
I love
God. Miss Ford.
you. What'd you say?
I said my teacher, Miss Ford. I shouldn't be saying that. That woman's probably like looking at this at some point.
Just don't say the school she went to. We don't want Miss Ford losing her job because trust me, if she a teacher today, she still get hired. That's the only way you can get Fuck.
Developed a habit.
Huh?
She developed a habit.
Had to. We won't say it was a couple of more stories. Wait, did you see Aretha Franklin?
Huh?
Genius.
Huh?
I don't even know why the fuck I asked your ass because you so sickening. He'll be like, I wasn't born then. I wasn't Franklin.
You talk about Drew. You talk about me.
Well, you're just as clueless a lot of times when it comes to pop culture too. You ain't immune to this shit. That's why I say you remind me of Raekwon so damn much.
I know Aretha Franklin.
I don't know nothing about pop culture. I don't know. No, I'm still stuck in the Neo era, when Cardi was just new era, like.
Yeah, you did love Neo.
Yeah.
Remember when you was about to be a singer?
No, I could not watch it last night because there was a wrestling pay-per-view.
Come on, go ahead.
Listen, there was a wrestling pay-per-view on last night, so I wasn't able to catch Aretha Franklin.
You know you're dead ass wrong for that shit.
Apparently, there's another Aretha Franklin piece on tonight, but there's a wrestling show that comes on tonight, so I won't be watching that either. But I'm gonna catch it one day.
Well, let me tell you, you missing damn that wrestling. You missing some good damn TV. I was not expecting this shit. I knew something was off when it opened up. They was experiencing racism because they was traveling down. Well, I don't know. Is this a spoiler alert for some people? I'm sure people on here have. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Aretha's daddy was buck wild, paying for cars and straight cash. That's why I was like, well, where Pastor just riding around with all this money to just pay for another car? Next scene, they go into a party and it's all kinds of sexing, drinking, and dancing and smoking, all kinds of shit. And Mr. Franklin is sitting up there right in the midst of it, having himself a good time. Cheating on the women's. Child, poor Aretha Aunt Ree had the baby at 12 years old, and word on the street is that it's her father's baby. Watch the damn movie. This movie is...
I think that I would rather remember Aretha Franklin how I remember her. Is like the powerhouse singer. She was shady when she wanted to be. Like, she performed at the inaugurations. I think I want to remember her.
You got to get to the point of how she got to there. And she was married to a pimp.
Yeah, like, why do we need that? We don't need that.
She had it hard.
She did. She had, and that's what's
that time period, that women didn't have no rights. Even when they were the success story,
nope.
So.
I'm telling you, it is such a good watch. It is so, looking at it, you just admire her so much. I'm not going to lie, because there are moments where you're probably going to cry. I know I was getting a little misty-eyed, but I will say Nat Geo is doing a great job with this docuseries. I did not expect.
Wait, Nat Geo, like National Geographic? Like with the monkeys and the elephants?
Yes. They said, damn, they read the book. They said, read life is wild. Let's put on that shit.
No.
Like, how did we get mixed up with the monkeys and the animal? Like,
Well, not Geo. We're not just going to say it's Aunt Reed. They do this from time to time. They'll take figures from history and do a little portrayal, like a mini docu-series.
Yeah,
They've been doing this for a while now.
like Godzilla. I'm sure they did one on Godzilla and King.
Damn, Godzilla real. You
But
probably running around thinking that.
I'm sure they did it on like the big monsters or whatever, Babe and all those kind of people like that. But public figures like Aretha Franklin, like people like that.
They've been doing it for a while now.
I don't know anybody who really watches National Geographic.
Don't.
I'm
How you a teacher and you going to discredit Nat Geo?
they're because we're not living from 10, 15 years ago. National Geographic is not the only channel.
Well, and that's why today it's on Hulu.
Yeah, of course it's on Hulu because when you hear National Geographic, you do think of hippopotamus and giraffe. You definitely don't think of the Queen of Soul.
Y'all not gonna rip this movie like that. And Dawn, I'm with you. I watch that Geo every Sunday with my old ass that used to be my thing.
15 years ago.
Yes. Well, yeah, I haven't watched it in a while, but I would get up on Sunday, make myself a good breakfast and a mimosa, and we put on that Geo and we learned about the animals and such. And now on Sunday nights, you can put on that Geo and learn about Henri.
It's a black woman in charge of National Geographic now, ain't it? It's got to be. It's the only way that this makes sense to me. It's got.
Miss Rita came in and said, "We got to spice this joint up."
Absolutely.
What y'all playing? Y'all ain't sick of this motherfucking Shark Week? Sick of it. Can we give them something else? Let's do an Henri story.
So I'm a little bit behind, but there are 2 movies of her.
Yes. So the Jennifer Hudson one, that's the one that's going to actually come out in theaters. It's been pushed back. So that's the one we are all really looking to see because they are going to cover stuff in there that I know that this one is not going to be able to hit. But this one has been very good because the stuff that they are covering, if you know her story, you would not expect Nat Geo to cover certain things. So it's just like you're sitting there watching and you are gagging the entire time. So it is a good watch.
Which one is approved by the family?
The one approved by the family is the one coming out with J Hud.
Yeah. Wait, you said
Yeah.
you're shocked to see this on National Geographic, the same network that shows you lions eating whatever that is that lions eat, gazelles and stuff like that. Like you're shocked that they're covering certain parts of her story when like they normally cover animals. Like that's shocking to you? Okay.
See, with the animals, they cover the real, so they're gonna cover the real Henri.
Y'all messed up. Y'all messed up.
Boy, I cannot wait. 9 o'clock, come on, Nat Geo. I got a date. Real quick, did you hear the stuff? Well, me and you've been talking. I don't want to talk about Sharon Osbourne because I feel like it's been just running to the ground at this point. Just let the bitch go.
Sharon Osbourne, though, I was listening to Patty Jackson. Patty Jackson does a Facebook Live 401 at 2 p.m. every day on the WDAS on Facebook. I was listening to her do it one day, and I knew some of the stuff. I was reading some of the stuff, like the Holly Robinson piece that she said that she was ghetto and stuff like that. She said about Sarah Gilbert, who is a lesbian, she called her a fish. I don't understand how you didn't fight her. Some of the stuff that you said, like, it's like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna walk past that. But if I'm a lesbian and you walking around calling me a fish eater,
I'm being your ass.
I'm gonna show you a fish.
And I'm gonna put this fish right on your face. You keep the fuck playing with me. Yeah, you gonna get it since you want to talk. It's coming out of your mouth. How about you get up close and personal to the fish? You about to be a fish face. Oh, give her money so she can get the hell out of here.
And that's
okay.
I heard Patty say that the network, people at the network are afraid of Sharon Osbourne and what she may do because she's getting lawyered up. You were dead ass wrong in this situation. Like, why are people being afraid of you? And I can see it. Like, I just see that people would be afraid of her and what she might do. But like, you were wrong in this situation. So like, why are we afraid of you?
Well, I think Sharon also, she's very old school. So not the Hancock on the face to him. Listen, make it happen. She's very old school. So if you work in entertainment, there's always been like this things that happen that don't happen in normal office places. But so I feel like a lot of the older school people, they keep that mentality. What?
Miss-
Correct them.
You don't call them that.
Carpet munchers.
No, that's not the correct term. There's no. Dom,
Yeah.
you were
Correct term. Since you know, what's the correct term?
lesbian. And really, and that's
A lesbian.
really at that,
Yeah, you don't.
the
You
only
hear me too?
You don't have to be.
You don't have to be a lesbian to like you a little fish.
I'm not doing that. Like the only correct term that you could have done, you know, my name is Sarah Gilbert. Call me Sarah Gilbert. Like that's my name. You don't need to call me nothing else. That's the only correct term you need to know because I mean, either you're gonna call me something that's wrong, or you're gonna try to help out and be on the straight path and say something, and it's gonna be the wrong thing, and then they're gonna say, "Well, you don't have to be a lesbian." I'm not getting to all that.
When Dawn 53 said this is a problem because Sharon knows where the bodies are buried at CBS, and I believe because here's the thing, like we just said, that old school mentality in media, it is a bit extra. So Sharon is going to be the type like, oh, you mad at me because I said this? Well, let me tell you what this motherfucker said and this one. Just shut all the CBS the fuck down.
Shut us down there. But at the
Look,
end of the
Jeff Ralph said CBS got a lot of shit with them.
well, look, at the end of the day, like you weren't saying this when you were doing what you were doing. You're saying this now because you got caught. So, like, I don't know how much weight people would give the stuff that she says, but you're saying this stuff because you're upset now. You wasn't saying, no. You ain't
Well,
saying.
I think they're gonna give her money, so it won't. Because they're going to keep this shit afloat. CBS makes way too much money. They have too much stuff in finances invested, too many jobs. They're going to pay her money and send her on her way. That's what I think that they're going to do.
Because at this point, if you're starting to threaten me and whatnot, you're gonna be one of the bodies that you know where are buried. Like,
Well, we never know what might happen after that. Don't think they don't know people. Are you talking to me?
with the fishes.
You talking to me, Mr. CBS?
Everybody else,
You'll be sleeping with the fishes. Allegedly. Gotta say that because people will be like, Chocolate said they're gonna murder Sharon. Ain't nobody said that shit. But Sharon, keep your damn mouth shut. And the one last thing, can y'all please stop putting so much stock in these relationship advisors? Derek Jackson.
okay.
He's built himself up to be this relationship guru, and he's been a man in the past who learns from his mistakes, and he's been putting women up on the game. And this is what you do, ladies, know your worth. If a man is doing this, he ain't trustworthy, this and that. Why was he just caught cheating on his wife?
Let me ask you this. I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but has he purchased the wife a Birkin? Because I've been told that if you purchase the woman a Birkin, you can cheat for a little bit until she gets fed up. And that's what happened in the Offset, or is it Offset or Offset Sweetie situation.
That's
so
sweetie.
it depends on like how much he was tricking off on the wife.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. We haven't heard anything from the wife just yet. And I know there's conspiracy theories where people are saying, well, he's coming out with a new book and this could be, you know, a PR stunt for the book. But I'm like, who the fuck played with their marriage like that? Like, and here's the thing, he put out a card game a while ago, and I have the card game in my drawer right now, and it's a fun game. It's about like kind of just, it's good if you're just freshly dating somebody, a way to get to know each other. But outside of that, you know nothing about this man. This man is not degreed. He's not a licensed therapist. Like, this man is nothing, and you're really taking the advice that he's just throwing out there, and you're taking it for Bible. I just don't understand why people are doing this.
That's the thing. I think the guy's name is Kevin Parker. They do the same thing with him. Like, you invest so much stock into his opinion on like you as a woman or as a man, it's just like, why do we do
Yeah, Kevin Samuels. Oh, I love it.
yeah. Miss Cyrus said you guys talk about Gary Owens' divorce. I don't discuss Gary Owens. I just think he's a loser. I don't like him. I think he's a clout chaser. I think that like he used that wife being black to get to the cookouts and whatnot and to say and do whatever he wants to do. I'm glad she's leaving him. I think it's ridiculous. I just think he's a ridiculous person. I've never been a fan. And I'll never forgive him for the role he played in Higher Learning, ever.
That wasn't him, baby, in Higher Learning.
Yes, it was.
It was not Gary Owen.
Okay,
that was the other white guy.
It's definitely Gary.
It's definitely not Gary, sweetheart. You just started watching black movies a year ago.
Right. I bet I'm right.
It's not. It's Michael Rappaport. You fucking do it, Remy. You do it for your country. It's Michael Rappaport.
I don't have an issue.
Just say you was wrong and keep it moving.
I don't have an issue with Gary Owens, but Michael
Rappaport. Just say you was wrong.
I don't like Michael Rappaport. That's the one I don't like. I can't stand him. I feel like he used being married to a black woman to get into the culture. So I can't stand.
Is Michael Rappaport married to a black woman?
I think
now you're just talking.
Because he I think he is. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
So are you back to liking Gary Owen?
Gary, all right. I was wrong.
Tifa gonna have to. She gonna have a doozy with your ass, child.
I've never been, but I'm wrong ever.
You damn sure don't.
Never.
But no, with Gary Owen, I mean, I don't think much about it. He's a comedian in entertainment. He's known. He has money. Bitches gonna throw the cat at him. He accepted the cat. Like, what you want me to say? Another failed marriage. Probably a woman knows that her man has been cheating for a while now, and you were okay with it.
Who is Gary cheating?
Stop it. Stop it.
No,
There's bitches out there throwing the cat at Kodak Black. Stop.
I stand corrected. Also, Michael Rappaport, I'm looking at right now, Michael Rappaport is not married to a black woman. Doesn't seem to me, but he did get a divorce in 2007.
Okay. I think you don't like Michael Rappaport because he be in women's business, because he always be on Bravo coming at these the housewives, and he was the one that had the infamous battle with Kenya Moore, and Ms. Moore put him right back in his place.
Wait. Now I'm right again, though. Michael Rappaport did get remarried in 2006 to a sister. So I am right.
Okay, so you're back to not. This is Raekwon. This is not his scene, not pop culture. He's
I'm sitting here trying to do some research. I'm like, who are these people? Papa, who's this woman?
Papa,
like,
who's this woman? Raekwon. Wait, Raekwon is the one. Remember, I told you a few weeks ago where we were watching the award show one day, and it was Patti LaBelle and not Ashanti. Oh, it was Patti LaBelle and Ashanti when they had that song out. Oh no, Kelly Rowland had that song out. No matter what I do, I think all I think about is you.
Oh yeah.
They performing on an award show. This one goes, is that the mother and daughter? I said, what?
Why you gotta put me on blast like that?
Yeah,
I'm not into pop culture.
He's not. But this one, when it comes to politics, this is your guy. He's the aficionado when it comes to politics.
I have like a 50-year-old soul.
Yes. Huh?
So your sister does too.
Oh, shut the hell up. Just because I like a nap, you need to take a motherfucking nap.
Nat Geo.
Naps are great. Well, I don't know what.
Because I like to, you want to shame me because I like to learn and I don't be sitting around eating crab legs and Patron all day.
British programming, coffee. Toya is. Don't just turn.
I like coffee.
Thank you.
I drink coffee every day.
Let's be clear. I've been in this old game since I was younger. When I was a kid, before Lifetime Movie Network was a thing, it was I on Sunday starting at 10 o'clock when I was like 10 years old watching Lifetime all day. I've been in this old school. When I was 4, guess what my favorite show was?
So you're really proving my point. I
I
said
know. And I'm okay with this. I can accept who I am. When I was 4, my favorite show, 30 something.
You want to know what I can't take?
What?
Ice coffee. I'm sorry, coffee needs to be hot. I don't care if it's summer and it's 90 degrees outside. I need my coffee hot.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah,
This man, he's a child. He don't drink. He don't know
Yeah,
nothing about no coffee. If it's if it's coffee flavored crab legs, he'd probably be right there with you. But he don't know nothing about no coffee.
now you're talking.
He probably drink Patron make a coffee. That's probably the closest Patron to coffee he probably gonna get is the Patron flavored coffee. Okay.
Stop, because Patron is like crab legs to me. When people mention, I feel like I gotta get some.
Don said, you just growing up. You got to get mature. Don't worry, you're gonna catch up with that. You know that though. It's time to go.
Wait, before we go though, I just want to give a big shout out to our friend Rob Tyson, Rob with the Cam. He just got engaged yesterday in Jamaica, so he flew his girlfriend out. They got engaged, like it was documented. If you guys want to see it, it's on the Power 99 Philly page.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Really excited for you. Can't wait to see like the process with the wedding. I just want to let you know right now that it is going to be horrible from this point on. Like, so get your likes and have fun now, but after next week, people will start getting on your nerves.
About what though? The wedding?
Yeah, they're gonna say first people will start asking about the ring, then people are gonna ask how he did it, then people are gonna start asking are they invited to the wedding, then they're gonna start asking for the date. I'm telling you, they are going to start asking you all these questions literally before
y'all know what's going on.
Yeah, like we're still trying to get situated. They're gonna be asking you all these questions. They're gonna be asking her where she getting her dress from and all this kind of. It's gonna be too much.
Just happened 5 minutes ago. Chill.
I'm telling you, like he's probably getting those messages right now. Y'all do big proposals. Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a millennial thing now to do, like the big proposals. I talked to my parents about how they did it on an episode. I did an episode.
Yes, you go ahead.
I did a series of industry friends talking to some different people in different age groups about how they did their proposals. And I had from simple, like my parents did a really simple one. My friend Brandon did like a fairly simple one. And then I had extravagant. My friend Jason did an over-the-top one in a movie theater. And I think mine may be like somewhere in the middle. I think people do things that fit their personality. The guys and the personality of their spouse and vice versa. And I think it's an amazing thing. And I think you do what works for you.
That's true. I'm kind of old, huh?
Raekwon is married.
Yes.
I am.
You don't. How did y'all do it?
So
Dexter, I fucking hate you. I'm just letting you know that right now. I hate you. And as soon as we're off this live, I'm calling you and I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out. Go ahead, Raekwon. Tell the story.
All right. So Moose proposed to me.
Look at Moose in the comments.
I see you. Hey, Moose.
He actually invited some members on his side of the family, and then some of our family. Park. We was at the park. It was beautiful. It was very almost like it seemed almost. How should I put this? Like it was very beautiful. It was definitely beautiful. But
the wedding was beautiful. I was there.
Yes, the wedding was beautiful, and it was small. We didn't have a huge wedding. Honestly, like me and him were both on the same page in regards to why spend an arm and a leg on one day when you can go,
take it out.
When you can go on a trip for like a week or two instead of just focusing on this one little day. You know,
my mom told you
a wedding and a marriage is about y'all too. You know, you should go and experience that.
What you say?
My mom told you to say that.
Your mom?
She's telling me that. I can't fathom the thought of spending $50,000, $100,000 on one day. That's only going to be maybe like 4 or 5 hours.
I just don't.
Well, usually they longer, depending on the
Maybe
time.
longer. I know some people.
And then you gotta pay for all they liquor, and then they gonna sit there and talk about how your food ain't good. I'll beat your ass. You come to my wedding and say my shit ain't good. Okay? Keep your comments to yourself.
This thing, people will do that and say stuff like that as if I'm in the kitchen cooking it. I don't care if you don't like it. That's my feelings.
Yes. Well, you know what? Oh, and I guess before we go, guys, you gotta come and do this again, Raekwon. Well, we're gonna do it with the fam too, but we're gonna bring more people on and make this a regular. Guys, also, we're doing a fundraiser for the Philadelphia school, well, really underserved school districts in the Philadelphia, Delaware, Camden, New Jersey area. It's all for charity, and it's a night of spades. So the information is on my page. Again, 100% of your entry fees goes to the babies, which supports perfect attendance throughout the school year. So if you guys would be so kind, check it out. It's on my page. I'll be revving it up as we get closer to it. But come on out and play some spades with us. You know, with Black people, I played spades a few times, but when it comes to us, we get
serious.
We get serious. So I love sitting there hosting and watching the spades be played. I'll make the sandwiches, but I don't like to get in there to play the spades. But if you've ever been around spades, you know it is a great time just to see the interactions between people. So if you aren't busy on April 3rd, 7 o'clock, that's when the games will happen. So look on my page. I will post it again. And it can also be found. You sign up on campendeavor.org. So come on out, support these babies, because as we talked about earlier, these teachers is tired, okay?
I think tying it into the kids would be a really good thing, because the last time I seen spades played in my family, there was a gun pulled out. So I think kids, I think people will be on the best behavior, and I really don't think there'll be many arguments. And if you can't make it, donate. Like, I think this is a
Yes.
you're doing, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And that's the thing. We will do a disclaimer, but you do have to be either 18 or 21 and up, because we know how intense spades will get. So this is definitely not for the babies. But please, when you play, it's not for the babies there, but it's for the babies. So please be kind. But we're going to have a good time. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And we love y'all. And welcome to the new name of the show, either the comments or the comment section, either or. Thank y'all for being great. Thank y'all for just, embracing us. Because if it wasn't for y'all, we could be doing this, talking to our damn selves. And people be like, get your whack ass out of here. Nobody paying attention to y'all. But y'all come back for it every week. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And Dexter, I ain't forget, I'm cussing you the fuck out when I get off this. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. All right. Bye, everybody.